Y'all ready? 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 Raiders! Y'all ready? 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 Take it to the house. Y'all ready? Y'all ready? Raiders, let's go Raiders. Raiders, let's go Raiders. Raiders, let's go Raiders. Let's go Raiders. Let's go get 'em. Raiders, let's go Raiders. Raiders, let's go Raiders. GC Raiders, let's go Raiders to the house. Raiders, let's.
Okay, girls. Hey.
Y'all ready? 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 Raiders! Y'all ready? 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 Take it to the house. Y'all ready? Y'all ready? Raiders, let's go Raiders. Raiders, let's go Raiders. Raiders, let's go Raiders. Let's go Raiders. Let's go get 'em. Raiders, let's go Raiders. Raiders, let's go Raiders. GC Raiders, let's go Raiders to the house. Raiders, let's.
Here we go. Here we go. All right, here we go. So we're gonna try this again. It wasn't supposed to play twice, but we locked in now.
Double intro. That's good.
Double intro.
Here twice.
It gave me time for me to do what I needed to do anyway. So we want to thank all y'all that took the time out to come on the show. We're gonna have, like the banner said at the top, we're gonna start out with a dedication as a coach, because a lot of times I feel like that get pushed to the side and feel like that's something that get taken for granted. But most of the coaches that I see on here, I know that they've been coaching for a while, and it requires a lot to be a coach. You know, you can't just say that, oh, hey, I'm a coach. Like, it's easy to say that, hey, I'm a coach. But most of the people that's on the platform, they understand what it is about being a coach. And that's what we want to start out on our topic about. Man, I want to give thanks to every coach out there. I give thanks to all the parents out there. But we want to start out to get inputs about, you know, your experience, your dedication to being a coach. The floor is open.
I guess I'll kick it off. For me, I think it's a selfless act. It's something that you have to want to do. I call it you're a servant to the community, especially to those kids. Whether you like it or not, the kids look up to all of us as coaches, as role models, and all it takes is one good thing or one bad thing to change that child's life. So I think I appreciate all the coaches out there, like myself, who try to give back to the kids, because they are the future, whether we want to see it that way or not.
That is the truth. Yes, sir. So go ahead, Nick. Tell us from the cheer perspective. We're football coaches, so tell us from the cheer perspective about your dedication.
It's kind of the same thing. It's a selfless act. You got to have a passion for it, because we know with coaching, we have good days and we have bad days. We not only deal with our athletes, but we have a board to deal with. We have parents to deal with. And we have life to deal with outside of coaching and what goes on. You know, when we're with our athletes, we have things that go on at home. So we gotta, the dedication is key.
Yeah, Coach Rod, there's a little microphone right by your name. So click the microphone on there so you can unmute yourself. Coach Boozy, the same thing. Okay, Coach Rod, we got you. You locked in now.
Oh, how you guys doing? I keep it on mute when everybody else talking.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
Yeah. But yeah, I agree with what you guys saying. Whether you're cheer director, cheerleading coach, head coach, on the board, it's a big sense of responsibility that we do for free. And
wait, before you continue, it's not for the free. We're in a negative. So
yeah.
we're on, yeah, it ain't for free. It costs us.
For the negative, but I don't think a lot of people know what goes into it, especially head coaching. I can't speak for cheerleader side, but I'm guessing it's probably stressful as well when you're dealing with parents. This parents want this person to be that. This parent wants this person to do this, and You have to make sure you getting in touch with all the parents. You keep it a level head when it comes to their kids, because every kid can't be coached the same way. Some kids may like to get screamed at. Some kids may cry if they get screamed at.
That's the truth.
In the uniforms ready, making sure they have this on game day, making sure they're prepared throughout the week. So it's like you take on a big responsibility of being a parent for a whole lot of kids that you don't know about and trying to learn their ways and temperaments as well.
I agree. Absolutely.
Okay, Coach Boogie, your mic is muted as well. So there's a little a microphone right by your name. So just click on the mic, so unmute yourself so we can hear you. While you doing that, Coach Chris, we know this is your first year coaching, so I'm not gonna say you don't have the experience, but you do have some experience of coaching and the dedication that it takes to be a coach. So what's your intake on it?
So the way I look at it as, kind of piggybacking off of what everybody just said, it's a job, but it's a job where you're not doing it for yourself. You can't come in and be a coach and have a coaching mentality and you're only doing it for yourself. You're only looking for wins. You're looking for some validation. You're looking for some success that you might not have found in the past in your life. You got to do it for these kids. And like Coach said, it's selfless. It's something you got to go out there and you got to put 100% of yourself into it. And you got to take the wins with the losses. You got to take the ups, the downs, and it's very rewarding without a pay.
Yes, sir.
Chris, I think you hit it on the head with that, because on my hard days with coaching, I have to constantly say to myself, like, what are you doing this for? Who are you doing this for? Are you doing this to win competitions? Are you doing this to impress other coaches? Are you really here for kids? Because, like I said, there are some challenging days. Like, you could do really good with your athletes, but then be having a problem with a parent. You could be doing really good with your parents and the communication, but then your squad is off and the girls are bickering and the stunts are not hitting. So at the end of the day, you just got to remember what your goal is and what you're really doing it for.
100%. Like, what is, like you just said, what's the goal? What's your end game here? Like, if you're doing it for, like you said, for some selfish reasons or something like that, then these kids aren't going to benefit from a one-track minded coach. Like, these kids need all of you, all of your knowledge, all of your emotion, all of your time, and it ain't always going to be top shelf glorious. You're not always going to be at the top. You're going to have, sometimes it's going to suck, and you just got to kind of pull yourself up by your bootstraps and hunker down a little bit. But at the end of the day, you're watching the progress of some kids that have never done anything competitive, whether it be football or sports in general, and you see the progress that these kids are making. Some kids that have never done anything physical or competitive in their life, and you see that growth in these kids. It's so rewarding. And then that's when you start to realize to yourself, like, this is why I do it, man. Because I like to see growth in kids. I like to see a brotherhood formed. Like, these kids, I think it was Tony that told me when I first started, he's like, even at my age right now, I remember my first coach. I remember my young coaches. I remember, my coaches from when I was little. And that kind of stuck with me, because I was like, man, I sat back and think about all the sports that I played. And I was like, damn, dude, I actually remember a lot of stuff that a lot of coaches taught me in all the sports that I played back in my days.
Yeah.
And that was pretty powerful to remember. And I was like, that's why I did it. Because I want to be able to say I had an impact in this kid's life one way or another.
Yeah. A coach I used to coach with, he every year he gave a speech, and he was our athletic director most of the time that I was there. And he always asked the coaches, what's your why? And, and it was a rhetorical question. It wasn't a question that needed to be answered in front of everybody else. But when you go home at night, or when you're on that drive back home after that tough loss or that tough win, what's your why? Are you out here because of this? It's something that we should be a reminder to continue to ask ourselves. Right? Why are we, like she said, why are we really doing this? Is this for this, or this? And so that's something that I take, from coaching, and I enjoy the kids. Like, all of them get on your nerves. 6-year-old, 4-year-old, 14-year-olds, like all of them. The kids are kids. And I remember being not 6, but I remember being 8. I remember being 7. I remember being 14. I remember being 12. So what I do is try to gravitate that to like, you know when had I done this when I was at, I probably would have. So there's nothing new under the sun come through looking at the kids across the board from 6-year-olds to 14, and I understand my why. I know I'm out here for the kids. I'm for the board, I'm for the kids. I'm for the kids first. Parents, they got to get on board after everything else. It's the kids, the organization, and then the parents. Like that's just how the jump works for me.
Yeah,
100%.
So yeah.
The most rewarding thing for me is, I've been coaching for a while. I've been coaching cheer for a lot of years, and I stepped away from it for a little bit, and I came right back in it. Cheer is my passion, but it's seeing the girls after they have aged out of the program, whether I see them at a job or in the mall, they like, there go my coach. Hey, coach, what's up? And they follow you, and they don't forget you, and they proud. They proud. So that for me is the biggest reward. Is like you made an impact in that child's life, and you somebody who they will always remember.
Yeah.
100%.
I had a situation like that. A coach, I was out watching the Jags game, the Jags and the Spartans, that big rivalry game. And my oldest son is 30 now, and he was 9 when I coached over there. And the guy and his sister walked up to me. He was like, "Yeah, you was my coach on 9, back then." And I kind of remember the guy, but just to know that, I had to have some kind of impact for this guy to remember.
He remembered you.
He remembered me.
Yeah, that's crazy.
All those years later, he was my coach when we was on 9, you way back then. I'm like, man, all right. So that does a lot for you. Like I said, when you see them kids, and he was grown at this point.
Yeah. And you're probably sitting there like, man, probably, yeah. A lot of kids come through my coaching. Yeah, I probably did coach you. You're right.
If you say so, then yeah. But
that's up. Damn, your oldest kid is 30?
Oldest is 30, yeah.
Dude, you don't even look 30 yourself. Man.
Yeah.
So what we want to do now, man? We want to kind of touch on what took place over the weekend. We saw cheer out doing their thing. We saw football out doing their thing. And before we go to football, I saw cheer. I just want to give a dedication to cheer. And I saw cheer throughout the day. I don't know if it was the second half of the day for 12U, 14U, for the cheer involved the crowd. Like,
yeah, they did.
I caught myself watching more cheer than watching the game.
Especially when it started raining and they started like dancing. Like,
I'm talking about bring the girls in. No, the boys out there playing, we out here cheering. I'm like, okay, so that's how that goes. So I love that, man. Yeah, so
and I'm gonna double down on that. I kind of touched bases with Renee Saturday because a lot of people out don't understand that the cheer is part of the total atmosphere. If you take that from football, it ain't the same.
Yeah,
it's just not.
Right.
Yeah, it adds to the boys. And I can tell you, as a football player, even as a kid, I never really looked at the cheer like that, but I heard everything in the background. So I know how, when I got up from a play, I know in the back of my head, everybody's watching, the cheerleaders cheering, they getting the crowd going. So that pumped me up as a kid. I ain't have to be looking straight at it to know what was going on around me. So that atmosphere is game changing when it's all brought together.
I'm gonna go ahead and give a shout out to cheer, but for me growing up, cheer was always in the way. Like they're in the way. I couldn't see the game because of cheer. So that's what it was. That's what it was for me. All right. So on the football aspect, so all in all, coach, one at a time, how do y'all feel like the game went this weekend? The games, I know I watched all the games, so I saw them all. Actually, I didn't see 10U game. I saw some of it, but as an aspect, coach to coach, what do y'all feel? How do y'all feel? How do y'all feel like the game went in the development, or our second home game?
I feel like I knew that was going to be a tough organization as a whole when we line up to play them. So I feel like the games went well, and they gave us exactly what I felt like they were going to give us from being in the past. This is my 3rd year in a row now playing that organization. So I knew that all the way down through the board, we were going to have a tough day. So it was exactly what I expected.
Okay.
Yeah, I could definitely say the same thing. Like this is my second year with the organization, and everybody was asking, like, what do you know about Lakeland? And I pretty much said it. I'm like, they're a well-coached organization at all levels. Like they recruit well, they play well, they coach well, they travel well. Like that's a team, that's an organization over there.
Yeah. Yeah. Coach Rod, I know that team is a lot sensitive to you based on the history. I'm gonna let him tell the story. I ain't even gonna jump in.
No. Hey, go ahead and narrate it. Go
So,
ahead.
he was a part of the team that when the beef started with that organization. So he was a part of that team, and we've been, I'm not gonna say trying to cover it up. We've been trying to seal that since then. I'll let Coach Rod get on.
Yeah.
PSA announcement on Facebook.
I
I said, is that why we got that PSA announcement, that public service announcement on Facebook?
It wasn't because of me. It had.
Maybe
I think
because
it had
we were
something
on
to do.
60 last year, man. I feel like we dipped before there was any problems that happened.
Y'all was.
It didn't. It happened last year too, but it was 12 years. It was 12 years last year, but go ahead.
So dating back to 2024, it started with the parents from the Hurricanes trying to fight parents of 12U. It actually started before us, the game before us. Then it leaned into our game because our boys, they only was going to get hit so many times and they was going to start swinging. So that's how that happened. So, yeah, this was kind of a revenge game because we did beat them 2 years ago. But I felt like this time they got some big boys.
They did.
Yeah, they did.
I'm not going to give them too much credit because the quarterback that came over to the Raiders 4 times, Antoine Jamboree, ended up playing for them.
Yeah.
I think we had to play too much against the refs that game.
Yeah, and I was a part of that. That last the coach, my input from it, the coach from them, like I don't think he took that as a solid win. I think he took the W. You take your W any way you can take it.
Yeah.
But I don't think he took that as a solid win. I don't feel like he'll want to see the Raiders in a dark alley one-on-one again. Like, yeah, this ain't.
And he said it. He said, man, I don't think we're gonna ever face a defense like yours the rest of this season.
Wow.
This is a compliment, and like I told the guys, I said when we're playing or coaching, we're coaching against not only the opposite team and the opposite coaches, we're playing against the refs as well. So I took the responsibility and I told them, first of all, they scored on us because we walked them down in 20 yards worth of penalties. We jumped offside 4 times in a row.
Yeah.
That hurt.
That hurt. Oh, they got it coming Monday. That hurt.
I got a couple of drills for that.
Send them over there with 6U.
Yeah. 6U, when y'all see them running from the end of the end zone to the lovely white 8 pole, you know the 110's in. Yeah.
That's what it is.
I told you we got to be the most disciplined, physical team, as well as well taken care of in Tri-County. I told nobody's going to outwork us. And it showed on that defensive side. Offense, it took us too long to get rolling. We've already had our meeting about that, how we're going to change some stuff, change some things. But for the most part, like I told them, we take this L. A ref is not going to make every call. That's why we got to go and do it ourselves to put points on the board.
Yeah.
Ref is not going to make every call. That call was crucial. We watched the tape. Defensive end, he hit the ball. They called it a fumble, which I don't know how. And then another thing was, a lot of people probably don't think about it, but time is crucial. And when you don't have a clock and you got to rely on the refs, you never know the truth. You never know the truth. We went from a minute to 25 seconds.
25 seconds. In one play.
In one play.
They asked, they were like, how much time on the clock? They said a minute. 3 seconds later, the play started. When it came back, it was at 25 seconds. I'm like, and then from 25 seconds to 7 seconds, and then the game was over with.
Yep.
Man. Fast forward.
Just like that. Just like that.
That's why I was like,
Coach Rod, I was on the sideline when one of your coaches was saying, hey, we gave them that touchdown based on penalties. And I told the coach, I was like, no, that was from undisciplined. Like that was an undisciplined situation because one offside, two offsides, but you don't continue to just jump. Like, and I heard them yelling, watch the ball. So that was just something that's an easy fix.
it
like,
is.
A couple times to that pole and back, yeah, they got it.
Yeah. That's why I told them. I said we walked them into the end zone, and they did what they were supposed to do.
Yeah.
And I don't know if anybody watched the game, but they got to after that they got to our 40-yard only one time.
Yeah, they didn't.
Nobody has gotten past on the 40 yet this year.
Yeah,
and that's what I stress in practice. Nothing gets past that 40 on our side. We're not allowing it. But we'll bounce back. We're gonna find tape on the Wildcats and come out victorious. For the whole org, the whole org is gonna come out victorious next week. Watch.
Well, did you get a chance to see any of the other games? Like I don't know what time you made it in.
I heard about some games. I heard about Stephanie Seahawks 14U beat the New Tampa Wildcats. But they did get 10 players from the Hillsborough Terriers. That's joined them now. There's supposed to be some pretty good players, so it helped them out a lot. I haven't really found out about any other team. I'm gonna find out when we get off this call about any other teams who won or whatnot. But I think this is gonna be a solid year. Like I know it's not all about winning and losing when it comes to these games, and it's about developing the kids. And we do that. We do that a lot.
Yeah.
I did looking, and I said the Raiders is one of the only foundations or the only orgs that joined Tri-County in 2014, and we haven't won a championship at no level. This year got to be the year.
It gotta happen.
Year for all of us.
It gotta happen. We're looking forward to it, and I see the potential across the board. Like I do see the potential across the board.
Yeah.
And it's contenders on all levels. We moving. And as far as I had a dad call the other day last week about bringing his kids and stuff over, and he's telling me about the star status of his kid, and I'm like, we don't really do the superstars over here because you can give me a superstar that don't know the difference between an A gap or B gap or 135 or 246, and then
right.
He's not a superstar because he's not doing his homework. We're not doing the right. Yeah. So
anybody can play with talent, but it's like you got a skill. Like the boy that played with the Hurricanes, the quarterback.
Yeah.
Very talented quarterback, but like I told him, I was like, he can't keep coming here watching what we're doing and learning what we're doing, and he go play for a team in Tri-County, and that's what happened.
Yeah.
I didn't worry about it. And you see what happened. He went 2 for 16, and we sacked him. 2 for 16, and we sacked him 7 times. We caused 4 turnovers. We got 3 of them.
Wow.
I am gonna say he wasn't a part of that first play though. That first play that they did coming out the gates, I was like, okay, they deserved that. The little flea flicker they did, they got you early. I was like, okay,
yeah.
If he would have threw the ball, that was easy to touchdown. He had to come back and get the ball, so I was grateful for that. But that caught us off guard. Nobody does that at the beginning of the game. So
yeah, they was ready. They
came out swinging, yeah. It was a great day of football. 6U level, we had a tough game too. Of course, they said they were going 21-0 us, but that didn't happen. We scored first, so we jumped out first on them. So the 21-0 rule was, out of it. We saw some stuff on our offense and defensive level. Our defense had to hold us off. And Coach Rob, I know you're a defensive guy. You would have been proud of the defense, bro. We had about 8-9 plays at the end of the game. We had to stop these guys. our little boys was playing both ways, went out there and they got the job done. Bro.
Wow. Yeah, you know I'm a defensive guy. I love me some defense, boy.
You gonna get it on 6U.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, Coach Al made the calls on offense. We made some adjustments, saw some stuff going on. So, you want to speak on that behalf, Coach?
Yeah. So we got several potential running backs. So I know we had a running back that was hot at the moment. And I know most of our opportunity, most of them, not all, was coming in the inside, or should I say the mid outside, so the 4 and 6 hole. So when I saw that those holes were opening up nicely, because they did have an end that was well coached, and they had a great corner. He was getting around that corner. So I was sending our big power back up inside the inside, and he say, Coach, they not taking me down. And once he was getting up in there, them arm tackles weren't working. And that was the difference because he was breaking them. So that was the adjustment. Just to know I had a big back that was okay with going inside and running through those arm tackles. So
yeah, and it was an attempt because I normally don't really engage like with the noise talking and stuff. I kind of hyped myself up this year about it, so I kind of try to reply to all the posters, and it's hard for me because I don't do a lot of social media like that, but I've been on it this year.
yes,
You don't do social media?
now he do.
Now I do, but now like I try to be and engage a whole lot more and stuff into it, and it's all fun for me. I don't take it personal. Like we go back and even like what I told you with the Space situation, we had Space on last week. I'm like, listen, man, me and Space go back and forth. The jump look like this online, but when he hit me up, I'm like, bro, this what it is. I'm cool with that because the internet is the internet, not a real place. So whatever y'all want to perceive on the internet, as long as I know we good, that's I'm fine with
Right. That's just how Space talk. He just that passionate talking, crazy talking person. And if you don't know him, you got to know him to understand. That's how he talk.
Yeah,
but I did just get an update.
Yeah.
Pinecrest and Plant City Dolphins. Everybody from Pinecrest won except for the 6U.
Oh wow. Oh, that's crazy.
Oh,
Pilot.
I know the 6U got beat. Okay, that makes sense. I didn't know everybody else swept through.
dang.
Man. I don't know if I don't know how to share screen. I may have to send it to Brockman real quick so he can see it.
Email it to the thing. Email it to there, and I'll put it on the screen for us. That link that's in there, and that's in there. That's on the bottom.
Okay.
And I'll put it on the screen. We can see it.
Did they update the rankings in Tri-County?
Man, I don't even know.
Yeah, they've been a week behind on that. Tri-County been killing me with that delayed.
Yeah.
Kind of going off of what you said, Coach DJ, about our running game. I'm noticing, especially with 6U, is it's all about how fast your fastest player can get to the outside and take off.
That's always.
We're not doing that because of the ability of some of our running backs. We have that ability to run it right up the gut.
Yep.
So teams aren't expecting that.
No.
Yeah, and a lot of defenses go around. Like that's because most 6U, 8U they run outside. 10U, everything coming outside.
Yeah,
coming outside. So a lot of teams like they kind of. So just being versatile, we got outside backs. We got guys.
Yeah, we got outside yesterday too.
Oh, yeah, if we wanted to, we can go outside.
We got guys that can go inside. So it's just being that versatile with us, and that's what I can enjoy on that.
Yeah.
And this week we will introduce the passing game to Tri-County. From my end, we will introduce it.
So I watched 8U game. 8U did from the beginning, given the heat that was out because it was hotter than hot.
Yeah, they played in that top heat, man.
The Heat had heat in that game.
Yeah.
So it was so hot, boy.
Yeah.
But 8U, like they played tough, and I think they're figuring it out. So I love to see what 8U, come up with this week as well. So I feel, and they get to replay a team that they played. So they played them. I think didn't they play them in the Jamboree?
I think they did.
No, our second game got canceled.
Oh, okay.
That was the day that monsoon came through and everybody got washed out, literally.
Yeah, that's right.
Wiped everybody out.
That was awful.
Who did 8U play the first Jamboree in that first game? I know the second one they canceled that one.
Oh, the first one? I don't know.
I think it was Pinecrest.
Pinecrest was the first game in the second Jamboree.
Yep.
So,
what about the first Jamboree?
I don't remember. We wasn't there, so
yeah, we was on the boat. Chris, you remember who that team was by any chance?
Jess said it was the Broncos.
Okay.
Because it was a 90.
And then we had so we played the Broncos in the first game, and then we had to forfeit the second game because they brought some 9-year-olds.
Yeah.
And that was that game that we had a couple of our 6U players move up.
Yep.
To get some experience. And we were like, that's not happening. So what we did was we took the 6U players out and we asked the AU team, you guys want to play? And they said, yeah. So I remember standing on the sideline talking with the coach, and they started the game. There was no meeting at center field. There was no meeting at midfield to find out, who gets the ball first. Well, which way are we going? There was no chain crew, nothing like that. Wow. They started the game with our backs to the field. All of a sudden, we hear a bunch of commotion. We turn around, and our whole 8U team has their faces in the ground. They're lying on our players, and this kid's taking off down the field. So all of us and our coaches, we're all yelling.
Wow.
What are we doing here?
Exactly.
What as far as why do you guys have these kids here? Why aren't you guys officiating this? Why are we starting when we're not paying attention? We're not ready. So we went out there, we pulled all our kids off the field, absolutely not. And I'm not one to talk about the antics and the extra of other teams, but pulling all our kids off, some of them are hurt. And the other team, the other coaches are like, y'all scared, bye, all this stuff. And I'm like,
they're not even county.
I'm like, whatever.
That's what they were saying?
No, that's what they were doing, yeah.
It wasn't even Tri-County.
And it wasn't even a Tri-County team.
It was Lake Alfred.
It was, Jess said it was Lake Alfred.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
But these kids showed up. I'm looking at some of these 9-year-olds. I'm like, I'm like, some of these kids drove themselves here. I'm like, that kid bought me a beer at the bar the other day. I'm like, ain't no way he's 9 years old.
Yeah. And that's the fear of when you play in the preseason games. You don't know what you're going to get.
Roster.
Yeah, we know what we'll get. We know what we're bringing, but we don't know what we're going to get once we make it there.
I feel like, just from a parent standpoint, how they did it last year, and then a coaching standpoint this year, people look at the Jamboree two different ways. They look at it as this, getting their team used to gameplay, kind of just screwing around a little bit. And then other teams look at it as we're about to put the league on notice with our team.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter who they're playing.
Yeah.
And that's fine. But then you can't turn around and say a Jamboree game don't matter. But it's if your team wins the Jamboree, everybody's like, yo, we're badass, we're this, we're that, and, with nicknames and yada, yada, yada. And it's miss me with all that, man. That's junk.
Yeah, the Jamboree gave us an outlook. It gave us an outlook and an inlook on our team. So we knew what adjustments we had to make, and we went ahead and, try to correct them adjustments. Looking forward to playing the Plants of the Dolphins again. We got a game plan for that because they got us first go around. But it's
same thing with Tampa Wild with the Wildcats too. They got us in that second game.
Yeah, and so the Jamborees it was good for what it was for.
Yep, that's how.
But I didn't look at it, and I even told coach when we went in, man, we're going to here to evaluate our players and stuff because we got kids that have never been in that environment before.
Yeah,
100%.
And I'm talking about the environment where you got hundreds of people out here screaming while the game going on. Practice is calm. Mommy's sitting on the side, daddy's sitting on the side during practice. Even if we playing against scrimmage against 8U, you still in that you're in that comfort zone. When you're playing the game, you got people yelling. You like, and these 4, 5, and 6-year-old kids, they've never been in that environment before. So I think our kids handled it well the first game. I think our next challenge will be our away game because they haven't not played really on the turf and the comfort zone. The Jamboree was one situation, you know, for those 20 minutes, but now they have an entire day. They warm up there. We practice pre-game practice for that. We got to play the game there in the midst of other people home. It'll be more of their fans versus our fans. So I think our next challenge is our next away game. But I feel the kids they'll do well.
Yeah, we got some kids on our team that I'm not really worried about them folding under pressure.
Coach Quick, Shane was speaking on 8U. I know he's helped installing a new offense and defense, something that the kids can kind of gravitate to. See if you want to come on. You want to come on, Coach Shane?
He has the link, so all you have to do is click the link. He can jump on.
Okay.
I send it out to everyone. I send it out to all the coaches. So
okay.
You know, so as far as 8U, like I said, I saw the 8U game. 10U game, I didn't really get to see. I was helping out in concession, so I didn't really get to see the game.
That was a good game.
Yeah, I may have saw a play or two, so I can't even really, you know, speak on any of y'all. So anything on the 10U game, huh?
My tent was in like right behind the end zone. They had a drive going our way. And I can't for the life of me remember his name, but the catch that he made in the end zone was absolutely ridiculous. He went up and over 2 defenders and came down that. Josh on our 6U, his brother.
Oh, Josh's brother. Oh, okay, yeah, I know the guy.
That kid is an absolute savage player.
No.
But yeah, the catch that he made, the concentration that he had mid-air, like he jumped before that ball even got to its highest point, and he just came down with that. I was like, oh my God. That's nuts.
Okay, we got Shane coming on. Coach Rod, were you able to send that video over?
No, it wasn't a video. It was the little flyer. I emailed it to you.
Okay. You emailed it to the email that's on the.
You emailed that video, okay? Okay.
We got Coach Wick in the building.
Yeah. Coach Rod, just send it to me on WhatsApp. I don't know what it didn't come through on my email.
All right, let me all right.
Shane, I don't mute your mic now, Shane. It's talk time.
I figured I might as well join you guys.
We've been talking for the past 30 minutes. It's time to hear somebody else's voice. What's going on? Hey, this the 8U coach, Coach Shane. And we had Shane over during the springtime, so he's not, you know, an alias to us or anything. So we welcome him and his kids over. So 8U, before we move on with 8U, like what were your intake on 8U and anything you want to offer or speak on?
So really, like, I'm just the mastermind behind our scheme. Like, let's be honest. Like I have the coaches to install. Like, but I simplified everything this week. We went from it was very complicated the first week. I didn't really understand what was going on, so I just kind of simplified it. And like talking to Coach Brock and Coach DJ, like, if we can get all 8U and 6U kind of on a similar or almost the exact same scheme, we're just going to be a dominant force. You know, 4 years of these kids, hopefully in the same system with the same coaches or similar coaches, it's just going to create a big thing. But, you know, 8U is going to come out. This week's a key week for us. I don't know how much you guys looked at the scores this weekend, but I think, you know, we can definitely pull one out this weekend on New Tampa. I think it's an even playing field, and we're getting there. Preston showed out. Asher showed out. The offense was moving the ball. Like, we had a good weekend. We held them scoreless in the second half. You know, ball security was an issue, but I think we're going to work on that this week, or the coaches will work on that.
Okay.
Yeah, I watched that entire game, and they were night and day different from any other
100%,
time
yeah.
this season. So I don't look at scores because that's not important when I know what the team is. So I want to see how they improve from last week and beyond with the new system, night and day different. So kudos to you guys over there. It's working.
Yeah. So Coach Shane, you missed the first part of our question. Our first question was dedication, as a coach. So we all kind of went around to, tell about our dedication as a coach. So we wanted to kind of get your input on, the dedication that you have to make or have to. And much like most of us, we're parent coaches as well. So
Yeah. So really, like, man, this is a huge thing. Like these kids having an impact on these kids and like seeing them light up when they see the coaches. Even though I can't tell you, I don't know all their names yet. It's only been 2 weeks, but
Mhm.
seeing their names, they know who I am. They come out there, coach, coach, coach. Can you help me with this? Can you help me with that? Just making an impact on them. And one thing that stuck out with me in the spring is, oh, man, we were all fighting over having to go to what was it, the North Lake Bobcats, and Brock, you said some things like, hey man, we took 150 kids and gave them a purpose in the spring,
yeah,
and
gave them something to do.
that gave me like, whoa, like that made me step back and be like, wow, this isn't just coaching, this is really like we're teaching them life lessons, we're giving them impact to make their lives better, give them a purpose, keep them
Yeah.
out of getting in trouble, keep them doing good in school, give them something to work for, motivation. So just those things alone, like, it's huge.
Agree.
So, Coach Rob, I got I have the thing. Hold on, let me bring this on. Man, I wasn't ready. Hold on. I got you. So here's the image that Coach Rob sent over. So here's the scores from the Pinecrest and the Dolphins. And
that CSU game was still close.
yeah, that's 2 touchdowns. So that was pretty close.
Yeah.
And so for the 8U game was they ran away with that. 14U probably was a good game as well because 2 touchdowns.
Yeah.
12U game and 14U game.
That 12 game a little lopsided.
Yeah. And that's like normally the Dolphins have a pretty good organization because
I remember them last year. They were really good up and down the board.
they were. So
I mean, it's still early in the
it's
season, and everybody can turn everybody's season around. One game at a time.
yeah, one game won't dictate, and we won't even say that. Like one game will be dictating the entire season, but that's what we got for now with them, and we look forward to adjusting. From 14, we'll start up from the top. 14, any adjustments you feel like y'all need to like quarterback situations or running back? Wait. Before we get started, number one, I had number one in the spring. And I coached with 12U last year, Kylan. I coached with Kylan. He's one. He's like one of my. That's one of my guys. Like he my guy. To watch him, I'm running down the sideline just trying to record him. Of course, I'm not faster than him, so I'm running down the sideline trying to record him. So after he scored a touchdown, he came back and said, "Man, y'all gotta believe in me. Y'all gotta believe in me." So let's just hit the brakes on that side. This is one of the most humble kids that I know. I knew what happened earlier for him to say that, but to see what he's gotten at in life and the way that this blood, like I see the growth. But 14, coach.
Well, when you say what happened to him, I didn't hear it until after the game. The first time he ran, he got punched in the stomach.
Yeah,
I didn't know that. I don't know if you knew that.
I didn't know that either.
Yeah. So what he mean believe in him? I don't know if I don't think nobody. We all believe in him. That's why
That's why you're running the ball.
Yeah, he's now number one. He's the featured running back. He's the number one running back. When I first seen him last year, when I was coming over there, and they was like, "This is first year really playing tackle football."
Oh wow!
Yeah, and I said, "Okay, he got raw potential." I said he knows how to they teaching him just sweep outside and take off running. But I knew when he came up to 14, it's a different level. It's a different level, especially when depending on who you playing and different coaches and who you coaching against. It's a different level. For one, you need them guys in the trenches to hold their blocks for you and open the hole. Because if not, you're gonna be getting smashed in that backfield. I got a real good coach that he's running back minded. He played running back. I think he played it, but I want to say he played at Bethune, but I know he played in high school up in South Carolina, and he played running back. I think he played in college, but he knows everything that a running back needs to do. And when we first got them after the spring, when we was going into training, we had to get Bama to understand how to hold the ball right here when he's running instead of out here Reggie Bushing it.
Reggie Bush.
And he always said it feel real. I don't feel right. And so he's gotten better at that. Now he's getting better at when he hits the hole good. But we have to teach him sometimes everything can't bounce to the outside. If you got a straight line to go down the seam, keep going down the seam. You don't have to bounce outside. So now he's understanding vision now. And believe it or not, I think by the fifth game, Bama, I call him Bama because he's from Alabama. I think he's going to have at least 15 touchdowns.
That's right.
I really believe it because our guys on the O-line, I put them through some stuff that they ain't got no choice but to block for them.
Yeah, that line held up. Man, it was I saw a pickup block, and there was one of the guys that came off the bench yesterday. And the boy jumped outside. He jumped outside. The ref didn't call it, of course, but the boy jumped outside. And the lineman that they had just threw in, this boy picked this dude up like, okay, you ain't getting back here. Like, and a lot of times that's the little stuff that people don't understand. Had he just, not reacted to it, and now the whole play get better because the ref didn't call it. If the ref don't call it, it's not a penalty. So
right.
I love what I saw on 14U and across the board from the line,
And I think you had little Anthony too, right?
Yeah.
Have you seen Anthony on the D line now?
I saw him on the line. I did see him on the line.
He gets through there. Who else did Aaron? Aaron is moved to DN. We've shown him how to use his because they're still 12U because now they playing against these big 14-year-olds and they got to learn like technique and they have to learn footwork. So it's a lot of behind the scenes stuff that I think people don't see in when we're practicing. I got Jimmy over there. Jimmy is a national coach that works with O-line and D-line. So when I went and got this coaching staff, I had to have guys that have experience, not just screaming a play out, but experience in teaching. Because if you don't teach them, they'll never know. They can be the most talented person on the planet. But if you're not teaching them what to do in the right situations and certain techniques, they'll get beat. Prime example, the kid that just left us that went to high school, Ethan.
Okay.
He played his first high school game in the second half, and he was faster than this boy at tackle, but that boy put him on his butt 3 times, and he said, "I don't know how he kept getting." I said, "It's technique, kid." I said, "You can be faster than him, but he get his hands on you. He got technique.
Yeah, he got leverage."
It's a lot of teaching moments, and then y'all don't know, but I have private trainings, not on practice days. I take them to a place where they can get on a real sled, because their sled is too small for my big boys. They'll break their back.
Yeah,
Get them on a sled, a high school sled, and we push them.
So with Ethan, and I saw Ethan on the sideline, and I asked him, like, man, like, what happened? He was like, I went to high school. I didn't know that transition took place. So you feel like, I feel like he's a high school player. I do feel like he's a high school player. And
Ethan, I didn't want him to leave yet, but I think certain people had something to do with it. He
Yeah.
was gonna be on. He was gonna be on varsity no matter what. He said if he was going JV, he wasn't playing. But Ethan has a, I won't say disciplinary problem. He has more of a. He gets mad real quick,
Yeah. I,
and for him to leave PvP and come over there with me, he told his dad, "I'm comfortable being with Coach Rob. For some reason, I'm controlled around him. He know how to. I can control him. I control the beast in him."
yeah.
That's
And
good.
so when
And
he talked to me, he said, "Coach," he was like, the high school coach saying, I'm a he gonna put me straight on varsity. I said, you got to make sure that's what he telling you, and not just trying to get you over there because of your height. And
yeah.
the high school coach told me, and I said, well, I said that's a family decision. If that's what you want to do, I want to keep you here one more year to get you up to where you need to be. But if that's what you feel you need to do, and too many kids don't get the opportunity as a ninth grader
To
Nope.
go to 12th grade.
To go
I
to
mean,
varsity.
yeah.
Yeah.
That's a
to play
big.
varsity, and
That's a
he
big talk. That's a big.
he just turned 14 the beginning of this month. So he
Yeah.
was basically a 13-year-old. So
That's a
Big
big
boy.
dude too. But
yeah, certain opportunities you don't take away from a kid like that. So it's just like,
go ahead and have it. 4 years of high school, varsity high school. Yeah.
yeah,
He gonna hold his own though. So
yeah,
I'll kind of round up 12U from my little perspective I got from 12U. On 12U, what I enjoy, like I said, seeing the 12U from last year to the 12U this year, the 12U staff, like watching that line play after play, when them boys in uniform, they call down and set and they put their entire hand up, like from the sideline. You watching that from the sideline, like these Raider players, like this is what I'm saying to myself, like these Raider players,
They look good.
bro, that discipline. And I've seen it on different level, high school level, collegiate level, stuff like that. I've seen it, but to watch people that I'm on the field with, and I know that these are people that's going up to, our 14U, and I know the 14U staff got it. So to see that they're disciplined on 12, getting ready to go to 14, I was telling the coach the other day, like, yeah, we in, for another couple years, because it doesn't stop at this year. We got more coming up. We got the staff and stuff in place, and watching that discipline. So that was like my take on 14 on 12U. 10U, like I said, I didn't see that game.
They look
But I
good.
but I do know that 10U staff has been together for a while. Those 10U kids have been together. Most of them been together since 6. Anytime you got a group of kids and a group of coaches that can stay together that long, there's nothing but greatness that's being promised, later on down the line. So 8U, I let our 8U coach, sum up our 8U situation, and then I'll.
Yeah, really. 8U's been, I felt like there was so much, when we came over, there was so much turmoil. Like, there was just nothing against the coaches, nothing against the players. It was just a lot of change, a lot of stuff going on in the organization. But, like, man, we're getting there. This week was a huge improvement. We were positive instead of negative yards. Um, New Tampa's coming up. I think we're going to do great against them. I think we've simplified the offense, simplified the defense. Got to do some tweaking on the defense, but we can get there. This week's game, like, we kind of learned ball security was an issue. It never been an issue before, but getting there and we're getting our blocks better. So I think, like, looking at our schedule, there's a good 4 or 5 games that I think are very winnable games, and we don't start division play for another 3 weeks, 4 weeks. So with that, we have plenty of time. We can make a playoff. This can be a playoff team and be competitive as long once we get our pieces into place.
Yes, sir. And I tell everybody, coach, 1 foot in front of the other one. And,
Yep.
you can only do it game by game. So, yeah, I had to tell one of the kids the other day, like, hey, this game is done. On 14, like, this game is done. We got another game on next Saturday. You got practice on Monday. You got practice on Tuesday. You got practice on Thursday. That's your focus right now. That game
Reset, bud.
that reset button. I'm gonna play a clip from our 6U. This was Austin. This clip I had from earlier, it was a sack that he did, and this is one of our premier linemen, and he does his job, and he plays both ways.
Yep, blew it up.
And Austin Smith.
Run that
So,
back. Yeah. He had like 3 or 4 in a row at the end of the game.
so he's that
You
player.
guys put the whole league on notice with that win over the Hurricanes. Like, you know, they're a good organization, and
Yeah.
I don't think there was a lot like as much crap talking as they were doing.
Yeah.
I don't think there was a lot of expectation that it was going to be that close and they were going to come into our house and rock
They were
it.
going
And you guys
They were going
completely
21. They was going
took them
21.
down, and it was great to watch.
They-
I think
I think
especially at that
the
6U
Seahawks have
level.
something to worry about this year.
Yeah, they are.
And some other teams in our league too. So I think you guys have a good shot for running some good scores up there, especially as you continue to develop.
I think because everybody's so used to the 6U that we had last fall, and they knew a majority of our players were moving up, moving on, or going somewhere else, that they thought we were going to be depleted at 6U. We weren't going to have enough kids. We weren't going to have enough talent. And we basically retooled with a lot of the pieces that we had last fall. So nobody knows a lot of the kids that we have on this team right now because they came from outside, not even just Tri-County. I mean, outside of this part of Florida. So it's kind of like a best kept secret scenario where the only way that these teams are finding out about our kids is to play us. And you only have a short sample of like footage and film and all that. You can look at our kids. You don't know much about them. Most teams by now should know about our two big boys. I mean, we got Austin and Carter who've been putting in work for a long time with this organization.
Yeah.
And Austin's put in, and not just because he's my kid, but like the absolute work this kid puts in. He's got a trainer that he goes to on Sundays. He's in the house, like his brother's watching YouTube videos on some Mr. Beast, whatever. Austin's sitting there watching other 6U videos from years ago or 8U videos from years ago. He's like constantly studying and watching, like, and I cannot be, not just from a coaching standpoint, from a parent standpoint, I'm like, I couldn't be prouder of the kid.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah. What's your take, Al?
Yeah, I'm the same way. Our big boys put in the work, but I can tell you this now, especially with this win Saturday, these people gonna buy that film. So we're gonna have to be creative and changing things up. They're gonna know what we got because people in this league want to win. It doesn't matter what we think about that; they do want to win. So we need to know that they're looking and we need to pay attention to what we're doing and the little subtle changes we make because we have to account for that.
Yep.
All right, so we're gonna let the wife talk about cheer and what we're expecting from cheer, what she saw from. Oh, you were there all day too, so she was there all day too watching the cheer.
For me, it started with the pep rally because all the coaches are in a chat, like the football coaches are. So I see the different level of coaches, how they stay up late at night to plan routines and words to cheer. Just see it being executed is a good thing because you hear everybody's ideas. You see the time and dedication that each coach is taking to put into their routines, and to get the feedback from the football players and the parents at pep rally, that was really satisfying. That was very rewarding for us because a lot of times on the sidelines we feel like we unseen or the boys don't care. So while the girls are out there performing, to have especially the football players cheering them on, it was a big thing for us in the cheer department. So our competition season starts in October. I believe our first competition is on October the 11th. So you'll start to see at halftime, we're starting to put up more stunts. Girls are starting to do more tumbling because we're preparing, kind of like for our playoffs and our Super Bowl. Our competitions are big themes. We want to come home and bring some hardware to the organization too.
All right. Yeah. All righty. So
get it, girls.
Hey, Coach Brockman.
Yeah.
Quick question. So, New Tampa Wildcats, are they Do they have their own field or are they at a high school?
They're at a middle school.
At a middle, is it grass or is turf?
It's grass.
Okay.
We still
That's big. That's a big difference.
Yeah, and what I was I don't think our boys have really played on turf either. So I'm like, man, I don't even know how they're gonna handle the turf situation. You know, the younger kids like they, huh? Yeah, but they have grass. No, I was thinking about that earlier, but I was like, yeah, they on grass, but I don't think our boys have played on turf. Turf is, you know, you hit that ground, it's a lot different on that turf.
No, they have in the spring.
Well, we got new kids who never played.
Yeah, a couple of the kids, not all of them, but
we got some kids who hit that hot turf, and I don't know if they're gonna fall.
Yeah, that thing
they're gonna
hot
want
and
to
hard.
fall down again. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, I just wanted to know because I already know before Monday practice start, these parents going to start chiming in. Is it? Do we got to bring there? Is the bleachers there? Is it this? Is it that? I'm like, I don't know.
Yeah, they have bleachers and there is tent space out there. They have like a covered basketball court area out there. They have a track around their football field. It's a nice facility that they have out there.
Wait a minute. Is this where? Hold up. I came to a playoff game last year.
Yeah.
Is this where the six with John and them lost to Dover?
Same field.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. That was our 6U last year though.
Oh
Yeah.
Lord. I got to get some barricades. I can't have them. I can't have my parents near our kids.
No, but they're not there. There's a sidewalk and there's a track in between them. They have
They
a
have
track
to
in
sit
In
on
the
the other
fence.
side of the fence. In the
So
fence.
it's field track, then gate,
Yeah.
then stand.
Yep.
So
Oh, okay.
yeah, they're
Cool.
not-
yeah, you'd have to do a whole lot of hurdling to get to the field.
Yeah, they're
Just
like
have
those-
somebody there, and then if they go through the gate, they have to walk through the track. So you're gonna see them if they walking out there. Somebody, with a badge would be like, "Hey, you got your badge? Stop them at the
Yeah.
gate."
Yeah, and they're normally good about that.
Yeah, I remember the field now. I came out there to watch you guys in the playoffs last year.
Yeah, I did that how we wanted to.
Yeah, that's all we got for this week. Any of y'all have any more questions, any more suggestions, or anything? All right, then I appreciate y'all taking the time out on this Sunday, speaking on Raider TV, talking about Little League football, and we want to kind of expand this and get this
cheer.
out and cheer.
And cheer.
Speaking on youth sports. So we want to continue. We're gonna see if we can do this every Sunday. Take a couple minutes out of our time, because giving back to the kids, giving back to the parents. Because I know coaches are involved, and the kids are our number one priorities. So we're gonna go ahead and end this today, and I appreciate you all, and see y'all on the next.
See y'all Monday, coaches.
Peace.
Peace.
We're coming for you. Okay, girls. Hey.
Y'all ready? 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 Raiders! Y'all ready? 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 Take it to the house. Y'all ready? Y'all ready? Raiders, let's go Raiders. Raiders, let's go Raiders. Raiders, let's go Raiders. Let's go Raiders. Let's go get 'em. Raiders, let's go Raiders. Raiders, let's go Raiders. GC Raiders, let's go Raiders to the house. Raiders, let's